Hello everyone, Gifted Soul here back for another video. And today's video, which is I think now this is the third video that I've recorded today. Happy New Year. It is January 1st. I don't know why, but I just felt like recording several thousand videos today, and maybe it's because the new year is here, but I have no idea. So I've already filmed at this point the tarot decks I've purchased in 2021 and also the oracle decks I've purchased in 2021 as well. But what I did do was I forgot to include two particular oracle decks that I purchased last year by accident. They were afterthoughts. I don't know why I didn't think about them. Now one in particular, it disappeared off the face of the planet. I will probably find it more than likely after I have filmed this video, and I'm going to be a little mad, but I'll get over it. And I'm going to tell you the name of the card, and I'm not going to be able to put it in this video because I've misplaced it somewhere around here. But I will link down the video because I have done a full flip through and an unboxing of it. It is the Zolo Q cards. It's a very inexpensive, you can call it an oracle deck. It's very quirky, fun, a little in your face, simple messages, very beginner friendly. I will link the affiliate link down below, as well as the video of that deck that I did. So since I don't have it on me at the moment, I've looked everywhere, and I say, you know what, I'm not even going to worry about it. I will figure out another way to let you know about it. So I'm going to go ahead. This is for the affirmations decks that I've purchased in 2021, but I'm going to go ahead and include this one deck. Again, two decks. I've already talked about the Zolo Q cards. And this deck here, I forgot to include in the Oracle deck video. It is called Make It a Good Day Cards by Carpe Diem Collection. And it's not really an Oracle deck, I feel. Well, it is actually, it can be used as an oracle deck, but that is not the purpose of it for the most part. It's kind of like a fun type of deck where you do exercises and action steps with your family members, your friends, like at a party even as well. So what you're going to do is you open up, I don't forgot how to open this box. You open it up like this. And they're all shuffled everywhere by now, so they're not in order. But they are categorized. You have, I think, 3 or 4 different categories. All the images, for example, this is how all of the growth category cards look. They all have the same word, same image, same for health, same for community, same for, I think, compassion. Yeah, compassion, wealth, and then time. So they all look the exact same as far as their corresponding keyword or category. And so what they have on the back of each category, you're gonna see that there is an action step. So this here has the number. You can use this just like an oracle deck. That is what I was intending to use it for, and I'm still going to do it that way. But yeah, it says here, create a vision board. Tells you what a vision board is. Tells you how you can search vision boards and get creative. And it gives you also a difficulty level at the bottom. And yeah, pretty much you can do this every day. Find something or find one to do in a week or a month's time, however you feel guided. So yeah, and I think it's like 80 cards or something like that all together. Like this says, make a time capsule. Yeah, this was very cheap. I think it was like $9 and something on Amazon. I will link it down below. So that is one of the oracle decks here. Or again, I'm using it as an oracle deck. And to be fair, I thought it was an oracle deck when I purchased it as well. And it actually, again, yes, it can be used in that way. But it's not, I don't necessarily think it's for divination purposes. But again, that's what I'm going to use it for. These are not in order at all. I will go ahead and do this one. And I think, yes, this is the first affirmation deck I purchased in 2021. This is the Spirit Junkie Affirmation Card Deck by Gabby Bernstein with artwork by Michaela Ezra. And I believe Michaela Ezra has illustrated the other Gabby Bernstein affirmation decks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it's all of them, but I know that it's most of them that she collaborated with Michaela on. I'm not sure if Michaela is the right way to pronounce this, but my boyfriend's sister, I know her name's Michaela, and they spell it like this, close like this at least. So that's why I kind of feel like, it could be Michaela. So anyway, now this is more so in terms of getting affirmations on spirituality, teaching others how to. This is for spiritualists. Now, you don't have to be a spiritualist to enjoy this affirmation deck or to utilize it, but it is a plus if you are a spiritualist. Like if you do readings and stuff for other people, I feel like this is a perfect tool to help to continue assisting those people in their spiritual journeys, is what this deck is mostly for, at least what I have found. But it is overall a great affirmation deck to use regardless. And I find that this could be more so affirmations geared toward health as well. So pretty much you're just overall spiritual well-being. Now, what affirmations are, and I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video, is just mantras and words of encouragement to help heal and evolve one's soul. I feel it's a way of helping one to manifest. Words are very powerful. So affirmations teach you to speak every situations, even in the darkest of times, in a positive light. That way you can start manifesting a clearer pathway to get whatever it is that you truly desire. Setting your intentions is what affirmations is all about. So, Gabrielle Bernstein has a plethora of affirmation decks. She started off with books, but I believe a lot of people were kind of using her books as like an oracle, and she decided to turn them into cards, from my understanding. I have never read any of the books, but I may just do that this year. I may purchase a couple of the books this year, but I feel way more myself getting the decks rather than the books. I am a reader, by the way. And I mean, not just a card reader or a psychic reader, but like I do read books. But when it comes to cards, I'm just more like, just give me the card. I'm not going to worry about the book for the most part. But books are useful, especially for those that are beginners. So it says Gabrielle Bernstein is a #1 New York Times bestselling author of The Universe Has Your Back and Super Attractor. She was featured on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday as a next generation thought leader. Her website is on the back of this box as well, www.gabbybernstein.com. This retails for $21.99 in the US and $28.99 in Canada. I got this deck for like $11 and maybe 80 cents or so, because Amazon from time to time out of the blue will give me discounts. So the deck originally at the time for full regular price was like $15 and something. But because of that discount, I was able to get it a lot more cheaper. So again, I got mine for about approximately like $11 and something and some change. So so it's 52 affirmation cards. And then you do have a message on the inside of the box, and none of Gabby, like I know her personally, Gabrielle Bernstein's decks come with guidebooks, but they are affirmations, so really there's no need to have a guidebook. Now, actually, you would be surprised that a lot of people don't know what affirmations are. It says, I am not afraid to shine. But yeah, you would be very surprised. Like I have quite a few people, especially last year alone, they kind of misunderstood what affirmations were. They were assuming that I would answer a specific question with an affirmation. Now you could, in a way, using your intuition, of course, but I think people kind of assumed it was another way of reading tarot. But yeah. And Now, the thing about affirmation and oracle cards is people wonder if there is a difference. And honestly, there's a slight difference, but I do feel like one can categorize affirmation decks alongside with oracle because they kind of have almost the same purpose. But yeah, so comes with this card here about the author and illustrator, and then you have a note from Gabrielle Bernstein. So this is the backs. Now, all of the backs of her affirmation decks, at least the super attractor, which I don't have, I do plan on getting that at some point. The universe has your back affirmation deck, which I do have. And there's one more. Am I missing one? The super attractor is a red circle in the middle here. The universe has your back is gold. And so this would be the third one. She has yes, she does have another affirmation deck that I do have, but it's not this backing. It's a little different. So I'm just going to go through a couple of the cards. I do have a full flip through and video of this deck if you would like to search for it. And to make it easier, just put my name by your search. So it's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. We have, I communicate with ease and grace. People are willing to embrace what I have to say. Very colorful. I really, really love this affirmation deck. I don't use it as often as I need to, but I am going to start to work with this a lot more. Now, I'm starting to get more affirmation decks because I was in a point in my life where I really needed some affirmations. I really needed words of encouragement. I think it was due to me getting sick last summer in 2021. Not with anything too bad, but it definitely kept me down. And affirmations was one of those things that I could look forward to help me and to help me kind of come out of that. I wouldn't call it dark, but it, even though it was like minor issues, it kept me down. But as soon as I received this deck, I was like, it in the video you will see and hear in my voice that I became like very cheerful all of a sudden. But do check that video out. This is one of my favorite cards here. I claim my desires. I hold great visions. I am ready to receive. Don't know if it's capturing the right color, but it's like a very hot pink. You have a lot of bright colors in here, and that may be why it uplifted my mood like that, because they're vibrant, possibly. Color therapy is real. I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. Okay. So that is, again, the Spirit Junkie Affirmation Deck, 52 cards by Gabrielle Bernstein. I definitely recommend her affirmation decks. Well, she only has affirmation decks as far as I know, but yeah. So next I'm going to show you guys this, the Forgive the Box, because it's starting to kind of get, wear out its welcome. This is food for thought. It says 40 affirmation cards. I feel like you can also categorize this as oracle. It has a little slide out drawer. Last time I checked, this deck is not available on Amazon anymore at the moment, at least the very last time that I checked. But if it is, I will link it down below. I'll still link it down below, even if it's not available, but you can check back frequently. So in case they do restock it or whatever, you are able to go back to that link. So this is the card that explains what this deck is all about. It says there are times when we need guidance in order to bring positive change to our lives. These thought-provoking reminders are created to boost your awareness and help you reflect on important topics. Just take one card a day and try to make it clear what that particular statement means to you. You can also share these with the people that are important to you to show your love and affection. We wish you good luck on this journey. They are papery. That is my only nitpick about this deck, is they are now together, they shuffle pretty well. They can't stand alone by themselves though. Color coded, again, cardstock could be better. It's really not they're not cards. You're gonna find my review on Amazon where I am kind of going off about the cardstock, but it's not the deck, it's just the cardstock that absolutely makes me not want to pull this deck out. But yeah, so 40 cards, I believe. Yes, 40 affirmation cards. And it doesn't really say who's it by, who's it's, yeah, Jesus, who, you know what I'm trying to say. You have their email address there, you can contact them at, and looks like mailing address, and it looks like they're based in the UK. But as far as like what company, I don't really see a name there, and there's nothing on the back of that box. So on each card, again, it's food for thought. So you're going to find a piece of food, fruit, snacks, whatever have you on the front or on the backs, and then on the other side you're going to see affirmations. So pay attention to your gut feelings. And there you have like a croissant type of deal. And they are like gradient colors where it's like ombre looking, and I like that. Welcome change, leave your fears behind. Start right now where you are with what you have. Magician vibes, love it. Take your time, we all have our own paths, of course. Start living right now, perfect will never come. Have compassion, make peace with that, and keep on. I don't know if I don't think I have a video on this deck. I believe I tried to do one and I just didn't finish it, or didn't really even get to record it. But if you want one, request it and I'll be happy to do that for you guys. Okay, so that is the Food for Thoughts 40 affirmation card deck. Again, I'm not exactly sure who was it by, and the last time I checked, it was not available for purchase. So this is why sometimes, and I got it for a little or nothing also, this is why sometimes it's good to go ahead and, especially if it's cheap, to get a deck when you first see it, because a lot of the times some of these decks, they are out of stock. They never restock them. They become out of print very fast, especially these independent companies. So from now on, if I'm really connected to a deck and it's cheap and I have the funds, I'm not waiting. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Because, yeah. And even mass market decks, there's one Oracle deck by Denise Lynn, I think her latest, which is the Fairy Forest Oracle or something like that. That one goes out of stock pretty fast. I think they have restocked it. But yeah, so the next deck we have, and I've already taken the box apart, it is the Manifesting Your Mastery Affirmation Cards Guidebook and 44 card deck by Monica Miranyi. Inspired by the writing of Crayon, I think is how you say it. Now, this publishing, let me see, I'm not sure exactly, but this deck, I guess, or at least the cover design, was published in 2016. Now what I don't know is if when exactly the deck was created, but it should be, or published, but it should probably be the same time that the cover art was released. Now, this is not a guidebook, despite what it says. I find this more of an instruction manual, and there is a difference to me between a guidebook and an instruction manual, because as you can see, this is 44 cards, and it really looks like nothing in this guidebook. This guidebook pretty much just tells you how to use the cards. It does not go card by card and give you a meaning for each card, but because they're affirmations, I find that that is not necessary. It does go over the suits, because there are suits in this particular affirmation deck, but it doesn't go by individual card and give you a meaning for each separate card. So these are the backs. And also one cool thing about this deck is they do give you 3 blank cards so that you can write your own affirmations on. The backs are just like the rest of the deck. And then these are just blank. So you take a permanent marker and just write what you feel called to write on them. Affirmations or even just regular messages, oracle messages, whatever you want to do. What I like about these is you can also do chakra work with these as well. So there's 6 suits in this affirmation deck. The rainbow colored is the universal love and support affirmation. Purple is internal peace or eternal peace. The gold is successful business. Let me make sure I'm doing this right, because nope, I'm doing it wrong. So yeah, these are the relationship affirmations. These are, I believe, related to like work and stuff like that. This is pretty much health for the most part. This is like spirituality. This is, I feel like all of them combined in one. And then this is like your throat chakra thing. For the most part, at least that's what I've gathered. They all have different keywords, but they're in suits and they are categorized by color for the most part. So you get repeat colors but different messages and keywords. I don't have a video of this deck yet, but I do plan on making one. So again, that is the Manifesting Your Mastery affirmation deck by Monica Marini. I'm not sure if I said that right, but that is the deck. So now I'm going to get to the next one. Okay, so this next deck is a Rockpool Publishing deck. It is the Mindful Living Inspiration Cards, Deepen Your Relationship with Yourself by Katie Rose. I did a video on this, but I did not upload it. I will probably be redoing that. Got it from Amazon. Pretty inexpensive. The card quality could be a little bit better. Mine came bent and my box was a little bit dented. But I did get a refund on it and was still able to keep the cards. I don't know if like people are returning these decks and they just give you like decks from people that didn't want them that returned them. But I think that was the case in me receiving this deck. The deck is not a problem itself. It's just they came as if somebody shuffled them 1,000 times. So this is basically an instruction manual. Like I said, not a guidebook. It does not go in deep detail. It goes in deep detail about the deck itself and the suits. There are suits in this affirmation deck as well. But it does not go card for card and tell you meanings for each card by themselves. It just goes over the suits and what they're about, and how to incorporate that into your affirmation reading. It's useful, but for an affirmation deck, I just don't see the point, at least for experienced readers and even beginners though. But for a beginner, I can understand a bit more. So it comes with a card holder here, and then each suit has a different design on the back. Yeah, so, and again, there's different suits. So we have the physical body affirmation. It says, birth and death are a natural part of life. I accept beginnings and endings as they unfold. We have spirit and soul affirmation. Mind and emotions affirmation. It tells you what kind of affirmation it is at the top here. Spirit and soul. I think I've already said that. Physical body, mind, and emotions. Subtle body. And yeah, there's chakra messages in here as well. Just a lot of different useful affirmations and advice that really anybody can gain from and create success from. So that is the affirmations. Let me know. Or the Mindful Living Inspiration Cards by Katie Rose from Rockpool Publishing. Let me know if you would like a video on this particular deck as well, and I will get that in for you. So again, there you go. And I know it's a pink box, but I mean, fellas, this could work for you as well. It's not, it doesn't say it's only dedicated to women, but I know pink may kind of steer some people away from it, but all right. And the last affirmation deck that I have purchased for the year of 2021 is the Kick-Ass Affirmations for Women 50 Daring Insight Cards. Just 50 inspirational quotes and affirmations said by the most influential women out there, for the most part, like celebrities and things like that, or just well-known people. This is by the company Peter Popper Press. $9.99 on Amazon. $9.99. You cannot beat that. I do think it's definitely worth giving it a try. They have other decks as well that range from that particular price, and honestly, yeah, they are well worth what they are selling them for. So but yeah, it tells you at the back actually $9.99. Obviously with tax it'll be just $1 more in change possibly, but definitely worth the purchase, worth the price. So yeah, it flips open like so. Now the only reason I don't like this is because it's not a magnetic closure, although people will tell you on this company's listings that they are, as far as not the listings but the reviews have stated it's magnetic, and it's not. Magnetic means that when you close it, it sticks. This does not stick, it flaps open. So if you carry this deck, be careful not to just be doing it like that, because that's what's going to happen. And especially on an already bad day, to have something like that to happen, it's annoying and it's frustrating, and it makes you want to cry. I've been in situations where I've had already a bad day, and then boom, I'm dropping stuff on the floor, I'm dropping food on the floor, and it takes you over the edge. And I know some of you have to know what I'm talking about. You have to. So I did a full video on this deck if you would like to see more cards, but I will show you some here as well. So these are the backs. They're square shaped, of course. And then you have the picture and the author who wrote the quote or the affirmation. It says affirmation, but affirmation quote, I mean, pretty much the same thing. So this says author unknown, which means they do not know who wrote this particular quote, who was the first person that started it. So it says the truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. So this one says find out who you are and do it on purpose, Dolly Parton. So these people that they have on the cards don't look like this, so keep that in mind. And then we have Maya Angelou. Without courage, we cannot practice any other virtue. With consistency, we can't be kind, true, merciful, generous, or honest. There aren't any previews of this deck on Amazon. I think there's about a few of them, but not a whole lot, which I was actually happy about in the end, because I really got, true first impressions type of moment. But yeah, I definitely do recommend this deck. It does say for women specifically, but like I said, in any other deck in general, even if it states it's for a particular gender, that doesn't mean it doesn't have any other purposes. That doesn't mean that a man cannot use this deck. And it could be even more beneficial to a man, because maybe this can help to understand the way, women, react to certain things. And maybe men can use this deck as a guide to help motivate a woman, or to help be more respectful towards women, or to honor women more. appreciate them more. So, and I'll talk a little more about that in the full flip through. That's the instruction card I forgot to take out. But yeah, so a very nice deck. Definitely recommend it, especially for beginners. Very simple. Again, Peter Popper Press, they have a website, and they also have other decks for $9.99. They have decks with scriptures on them, same type of boxes, you know, things like that. There's something for everyone, so make sure you check them out as well. Again, I do have a full flip through and unboxing of this deck on my channel if you're interested. Yeah, so those are all of the affirmation decks that I have purchased in the year of 2021. I do have a few others. Actually, nope, I just lied. Oh my God. Like, I'm going to be very annoyed if I realize this after I clicked off the video, or the recording. So this will be the last one. So Find Your Happy Daily Mantra deck by Shannon Kaiser. This is an affirmation deck. She wrote books, and then she made a deck for her Find Your Happy deck, I think, or Find Your Happy book. I think that's the name of the book. And this is a deck that has been out for a very long time. I just never purchased it until this year. And yeah, she actually shouted me out. Well, I don't know if I say shout out, but she put me on her story because my particular, at least for my opinion, my particular video of this deck, my unboxing, I actually went through all of the cards one by one, whereas other videos, they only went through some of them. They weren't really showing the deck in full. So it was right up my alley to film an unboxing for this deck because it just wasn't enough from the other videos. And I'm not saying that, you know, you can't gain anything from any of the other people that have posted this deck on YouTube, but so far the reviews that I found, they were not going card by card. They just were showing you a few of them. And so I was like, okay, when I get this deck, I'm going to make a video so that people can see more of the cards. Some people like surprise elements, but I'm just, sometimes I do want to see more than a few cards or the whole deck, depending on what it is. So I'm so glad I called this before this video ended. I would have been very upset. Being dramatic right now, but I would have been at least frustrated a bit. So these are the backs. Now some of these cards kind of look like they're like in a background where there's like, it looks like there's dirt on some of the cards on the affirmation side for the most part, and even on this side, and it's not. That is a part of the card. So I don't want nobody saying, why are your cards like this? No, this is the design on the card. So that's the back. They're very sturdy and large cards, so they kind of are hard to shuffle for the most part. But other than that, I am in love with this deck. I have used it on my Instagram page a lot from time to time, and I just filmed a video on TikTok using this deck as well for a 2022 affirmation. So yeah, you have a number here, and you have the affirmation here in quotes. And then also I forgot to mention there is a guidebook. Most affirmation decks don't come with a guidebook, but for those of you that are new and just getting started with spirituality and affirmations in general, and just even divination in general, this is a guidebook or a deck that would be perfect because, like I said before, some people, you would be surprised, do not know what an affirmation is. And that's fine because we do not all know everything. And me being a spiritualist, there's still some things in the spiritual realm that I don't know, that I don't understand, that I need help piecing together as well, because we're all learning spiritually and growing spiritually every day. We don't just all know everything in one take, and we're never going to know everything because we're evolving every waking day. So there is a purpose to my pain. My anxiety is not based on reality. I nourish my nudges. I feel abundant and live a rich life now. When I follow my heart, I am abundant, successful, and free. So I am skipping some. I do have a full video of this deck if you're interested. Again, it's the Find Your Happy Daily Mantra deck by Sandra, or what? Shannon, not Sandra, Shannon Kaiser. And you can find her on Instagram at Shannon Kaiser. I can't talk. At Shannon Kaiser Writes. Or probably just Shannon Kaiser. I listen to my feelings. All I desire is on its way to me. Everything happens for a reason. I am not a victim to the harassment in my life. I am gentle with myself in transitions. So that ends this video with the Find Your Happy Daily Mantra Affirmation Deck by Shannon Kaiser. Please leave a like, subscribe, and share if you feel inclined to. If you would like to send donations, donate a deck, or contact me, follow me on Instagram, book private readings, or anything of the sort. Everything is going to be listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I appreciate it so much, especially if you watch towards the end. I appreciate it so much. You don't even understand how much it means and how it's going to help my channel grow. But yeah, I wish you guys love and light, and more importantly, a happy new year. Stay safe and blessed, and hopefully we can connect again in the next one. Take care.